Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to use purples and violets with some gold. I've painted the sides of my canvas. I'm going to use my embroidery hoops and I'm going to take this to a different level and a completely different approach. So I'm sticking with my embroidery hoops because I'm going to do a swipe, but I'm going to layer a different base. Previously, I've just had one block colour and I've also done a split base as well. But this time I'm just going to randomly place the paints on the canvas and then I'm going to stretch the paints out to create like a marbled effect. So let's get the paints down, I'll stretch it out and then we'll continue the process. Now, one thing that is different this time is normally I use a pouring medium, but this time I'm only using paint and water. It's slightly thicker, but it's just a paint and water combination. So the paints are on the canvas. Let's stretch this design out. And this is literally just going to be my base colour. And then we can create a beautiful design on top using only the gold. And as always, I always say, don't rush your process. Just enjoy being in the moment of now. I'm using my torch just to pop the air bubbles before I continue pushing the design over the edges. Okay, so the first embroidery hoop I'm going to place directly in the middle of the canvas. And then I'm going to take my gold and I'm going to just slowly pour the gold paint around the outer edge of that hoop. And that's when I'm going to take my toilet paper. It's a dry paper. It's a 3-ply toilet paper. And I will literally swipe from where I'm laying the paint around the ring to the outer edge of the canvas. And this time it's different because I've got a completely marbled effect background rather than just doing everything on one block colour. So when it comes to the swipe, I place my toilet paper on top of the gold paint and slowly allow it to glide from the middle to the edge. I'm going to repeat that all the way around this circle, and I will reduce the width of my toilet paper as I go. So first of all, I'm going to stick with this width and do some swiping all the way around the ring. And then you'll see, as I continue, I will reduce the width of the toilet paper as I go. This helps to establish some depth to the piece, and it allows different lines to be created when you're swiping. So remember, you're gently placing the paper on top of the gold, allowing it to connect with the paint and gliding it across the top of the paint that's already on the base of the canvas. Don't apply any pressure, just allow that paint to connect with the paper and just glide, slowly pull it from one side to the other. Okay, so now I'm reducing the width of the toilet paper that I'm using, and I'm going to use this width to go all the way around the circle to fill in some of the gaps, to create some different lines. And you'll see by using different widths allows you to create that 3D effect and that movement all the way around the canvas and the design that you're trying to create. It allows you to create almost that starburst effect, that pop of colour when you go round your embroidery hoop, creating those different lines. And I'll continue swiping in different areas because I'm stepping back and having a look at the overall composition. I'm happy with this, so I'm going to remove my embroidery hoop. I'm slowly going to release it from the base of the canvas and pull it away. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I've got a clean line around the edge. But I think I'm going to take my smaller embroidery hoop and I'm going to use my gold. I'm just going to put some of the gold paint on my table, and then I'm going to take my embroidery hoop and I'm going to dip the edges in the gold paint. I'm just going to cover the hoop using this gold paint, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hoop and I'm going to place it in the center of the circle that we've already created. I'm going to do that because I want to create a different vibe. I want to take this technique and evolve it. So I'm just going to place that hoop in the middle. I'm just going to allow the gold to transfer from the hoop onto the base of the canvas, and then I will slowly just remove the hoop, and there we go. I've got a completely different look and a completely different vibe just by adding that extra circle in. So let's go in now. This is the wet version look. I'll show you some of those details, but be aware I can't control the colours on my camera, so sometimes it's going to look a bit more blue than purple and violet. But let me take you in for a closer look. I'll let this dry and I'll show you the dried result. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. Let me show you the dry version. It's proudly here. It's not varnished. I do varnish all my pieces with a high gloss varnish by Winsor & Newton. I use a spray varnish. And let me just take you in. Let me just show you some of these details we've created by using that swipe technique. And I absolutely love that what we've done is we've created a different look and a vibe using this same technique by having more of a marbled background and then just using one colour to swipe out that effect. I really, really love it. And I think we're going to try this again in another colour. And I've got some more ideas as well because I really love this technique. I love that you're loving it with me too. And I'd love to hear what you think. I've got some further ideas that I'm going to explore and experiment, and that's one thing that I love about the creativity and the fluidity of this type of art. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm going to leave you now with a more of a close-up version of this dried version so you can see all those lines and all those details and how we've combined having a completely different base with just one swipe colour. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, and remember, be kind to yourself. See you soon. Bye.